Welcome back. This is part 2. These are the books that I want to read in February. If you missed the first video, they were my reads from January and my bookish goals. I just want to reiterate that here. My name is Orion. I am a reader and a writer, and I have set the goal for myself to be the person who can read every single book on my shelf. So I'm reading every single book on my shelf, whether or not I've read it before, in alphabetical order, so that I can say that I have read every book on my shelf. I'm trying not to buy books until I've read every book on my shelf, and there are about 300 right now. So we'll see how long it takes. Thank you for being part of the journey. I'm also writing a couple of books, so writers, readers, please stick around. And without further ado, I'd love to show you what I'm hopeful to read in February and what I will be talking about next month. So last month we read Clap When You Land by Elizabeth Acevedo, and we read What If It's Us by Becky Albertalli and Adam Silvera. We are in the middle of reading Here's to Us by the same authors. So what's next? Well, I have said that I enjoyed Simon versus the Homo sapiens agenda. Thereby, it is on my shelf for a reread. So this is the next book that I'm going to read. I have read it before. I really enjoyed it. We will see if it is still 5 stars. The next book that I would like to read is something that I found on Book Talk, and I don't know that much about it, but I'm excited to read it. Something you will learn about me is that I do not stick to one genre. So if you watch one of my videos and you're like, I don't like any of those books, there will be something that you will like eventually, I promise. This is a more spicy book, Prince of Endless Tides by Ben Alderson. I have never read anything by this author. I have no idea what this book is about, except for that it's kind of looking like it might be a bit of my jam. Spicy male-male romance. Excited to tell you about it. Yeah. After that is another book by an author that I've never read before, Solo by Kwame Alexander. And I know nothing at all about this book. I inherited this book after a large amount of books were given to me, and this one stood out to me as something that I would like to put on my shelf and see if I would enjoy it. I have no idea the synopsis. I have no idea the plot. I'm trying to go into as many books as possible not knowing that, because again, we buy books, we forget about books, and I don't want to forget about my books. So that one will be fun. The next book that I'm hopeful to read in February is The Weight of Our Stars by Kate Ancrum. I actually have a lot of Kate Ancrum's books on my wish list. I've never read any books by this author, but I am interested in the plots of a lot of books by this author. I am not 100% sure about this one. I bought this a while ago. I saw it at a used bookstore, and I don't know. I think it's about a girl. I think it's a queer romance book, and I do believe this is the one where the mother is in space and she is a little hyperfixated on that. I could be wrong. You can make fun of me if I am. That's fine. We can laugh at ourselves. The last book, because again, I'm trying to read at least 4 every month, and I'm behind this month, so trying to make up for it, is Speak by Laurie Halse Anderson. And this book is one that I've read before. I read this last year, actually. It's very short. I recommend the audiobook. I don't want to review it right now because I'd like to read it again first so I can give you a full review. It is a heavy book, so if you go to pick that up, be mindful. As always, I definitely recommend Googling any triggers if you are a sensitive reader. There's nothing wrong with that. Definitely protect yourself and keep yourself safe. Yeah, so those are the books that I'm hopeful to read next month in February. Again, I am hoping to read all of my books. As you can see, there are a lot, and my living room is a mess right now. Anyway, just want to kind of reach out there and ask, I'm new to this. So should I review books individually and then do a end of the month reading haul thing? Or is there anything you'd like to know? Anything that I can share with you that might kind of immerse you in the journey? I mean, I want to take you guys with me. I want to hear about your journeys too. So what are you looking for? I also have thought about maybe doing an Enneagram study on the characters in books. I haven't seen that done anywhere, and I am not professional on the Enneagram, but I do think it's really fun, and it is fun to deep dive into a character. As a writer, I focus very heavily on character building. So I always like to find out kind of what makes this character tick? Who is this character? What are their motivations? Like, why are they the way they are? There are some books where that's a very good question. Why are you the way you are? I think that about my own characters all the time. So I guess, what do you want to see? What's going to make this fun? What do we do? Tell me. Like, I'm here. I'm here for it all, and I'd love to make friends. So if you are a writer or a reader or just a bookish person in general interested in making friends in this community, I think community is important, and I think you're great. And thank you for being here. I hope that you had some really fun reads in January and some fun reads planned for February. And if you're a writer, I hope that you're working on your novel and not procrastinating. And I will see you on the next time. Bye.